you're safe wherever you are in the world. And I'm here in Milan. We're all in our houses. And today I wanted to share with you a practice about our hips, how to strengthen them, how to open up and stretch. So we will start the practice by just finding a comfortable position. Close your eyes and just focus on your breath. And feeling how this yoga practice is all about checking into your body, releasing tension from your body but also from your mind. Every time we're stepping on the mat, it's a great time for us to just be in our bodies, to move around. A great time to close everything about the past, everything about the future. So we're not coming to the mat with worries, with anxiety, with fear. We're stepping on the mat with positivity and serenity. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then let's start moving our upper body in circles. Still with the eyes closed. So taking this time to just feel your body. Coming up on an inhale and going down on an exhale. Exaggerating when you're going out to the sides. So start moving the hips. Let's make one more circle. And then next time you're coming up, we change the direction. So going the other way around. Exhaling when we're going forward. Inhaling when we're coming up. One last breath, one last circle here. And then coming up into a neutral position with your spine. And then taking a little smile on our face as we open our eyes and welcoming this practice. Bring the hands down to the mat in front of you. Coming up into a tabletop position, a couple of rounds of cat and cow here. So with an exhale, around the spine, pull the belly in towards your spine, bring your nose towards your chest, and then inhale, looking forward, dropping your spine, lift your head. Exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale forward. Exhale, rounding your spine for the last time. Inhale forward. Tucking your toes under, and then with your exhale, lifting up into downward facing dog. Moving around a little bit here, bend one knee, bend the other. And then reaching the right leg up, stepping the right foot between your hands, drop your left knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, let your hips drop down towards the floor. And exhale, we straighten the front leg, drop your hips back and your head down. Inhale, reaching forward, opening your chest again. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward, dropping your hips. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Drop your left palm on the floor. And reaching the right arm up. Opening up. Feeling this gentle twist in your spine. But continue pushing your hips down. And then drop your right palm back on the floor. Tuck your left toes under. And step back into a downward facing dog. Let's reach the left leg up. Same thing on the left side. So step the left between your hands. Drop your right knee down. Feeling here how your hips sinks deep down. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, straighten your front leg, drop your hips. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Right palm on the floor. And then gently lifting your left arm up. Feeling this nice opening of your chest. And make sure not to collapse onto your right shoulder, keeping yourself lifted. And then from here, drop your left palm on the floor, tuck your right toes under, step back into downward facing dog. From here, start walking your feet towards your hands. Place them just behind the hands. Keeping soft knees and soft hips, grab opposite elbow, and just swing gently side to side. Taking this time to surrender in your body. And taking also this time to surrender into this practice. Releasing your arms and then one vertebra at a time, start rolling up. Taking all the time you need, no stress. The head is the last part that is unfolding. And then coming into our mountain pose. So feet together, straight body. Feeling here how we're tucking the pelvis under. So we are neutralizing our lower back, engaging our abdominals. And then bending your knees, scooping your hips back and coming into a chair pose. Knees are hugging together, legs are hugging together. And then from here, see if we can lower the upper body down. So the spine, the back is parallel to the floor. And then if we want to challenge ourselves even more, we can come up onto our toes. And this will start feeling in your legs, hopefully. Slowly drop your head down, palms on the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, we're coming up onto our fingertips, reaching forward. Exhale, stepping your feet back. Either knees to ground or halfway down to halfway down for Chaturanga. Either upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our right leg up on an inhale. Step the right foot between our hands. And this time we're coming up into a high lunge. Feeling her reaching the arms up, shoulders down. Dropping your hips as low as you can. You should really feel an intense opening of your of your quadricep, of your hip flexor. So keep your back knee lifted, engage your back leg. Last breath here. Really feel reaching your arms up on an inhale. Exhale, lower your hips a little bit more. And then with an inhale, straighten the both legs. Keep your hips parallel as we fold forward for a variation of pyramid pose. If this is too intense, feel free to keep your back leg closer. From here, bring your fingertips forward and feel how you surrender into the position. Fingertips next to our foot, and then start shifting the weight forward and coming up into standing split. And here we can challenge our balance a little bit by grabbing your ankle with one hand, maybe even two, as you continue lifting your left leg up. And then we'll find ourselves into a low lunge. So bring your left foot as far back on the mat as possible. And then placing both hands on the inside of your foot, maybe even coming down to your elbows, and feel how you're letting go of your hips here. Slowly coming back up, placing our right elbow on top of your right knee, bending your back leg, so your left leg, and then grab your left foot and see if we can pull that foot towards you. And this should increase the intensity of the opening of your left quadricep. Slowly releasing this position, fingertips on the ground, lifting back up into a standing split. And from here we will land into a warrior two. Arms parallel to the floor, sinking your hips deep down. And then we're reaching forward with the right fingertips, bringing the palm on the ground, and then sweeping the left fingertips forward. So here we're coming into different variations. So feel free to stay wherever you feel like this is it for you. So feel free to stay here if you want. Either come into a bind by grabbing your left wrist behind you. Looking down to the floor, stepping your left foot next to your right. Bring all the weight over to your left foot as you start lifting your right leg up. Fixing a spot in front of you, and then see if we can straighten that right leg. Staying here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly, with control, the position is not done yet. So slowly lower the right foot down on the ground. Fixing a spot with your gaze on the floor as you start lifting your left leg up. If you're wobbling, that's completely fine. Just like me here. And from here, we're stepping the left foot as far back on the mat as possible. Releasing the bind, lifting the arms up. And then we do a vinyasa, so palms on the ground, step your right foot back. Slowly lower down, halfway or all the way down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up. Stepping the left foot between the hands. Lifting up into a high lunge. Sinking your hips down, reaching your arms up. Keep control of your breath the whole time. It's the most important part in the practice. One last breath here. And really feel how we're opening up the quadricep of your right leg. With your next inhale, straighten both legs. And then fold forward. And again, if this is too intense for you to keep the legs separated like this, then bring it a little bit closer. Inhale, reaching forward, and then fold. Fingertips next to your left foot, and then lift your right leg up, standing split. And again, feel free to play around with your balance, be playful in your practice all the time. From here, step your right foot as far back on the mat as possible. Drop your right knee down. Bring both hands on the inside of your hip. Let your hip fall down to the ground. Come down to your elbows if that's possible for you. And just stay here, focusing on your breath. And we will lift back up. Left elbow on top of your left knee. Bend your right knee and grab your right foot behind you. And then pull the leg towards you, the foot towards you. As you continue, dropping the hips down. And slowly releasing this position. Fingertips next to your foot and lifting up into a standing split again. With your next exhale, we will land into a warrior two. Arms parallel to the floor, sinking the hips deep down. And from here, reaching the left fingertips forward. Bring the palm on the inside of your foot. Sweeping the right arm, right fingertips forward. So again, finding your own variation, find your own limit. If you can, come into bind. And if you try to do the same thing as you did on the other side. And always be playful. So stepping your right foot forward. Bring all the weight over to your right foot as you start lifting your left leg up. The gaze is super important here. And then straighten your left leg if that's possible. Slowly coming all the way back down with control. Bring all the weight over to your left foot now. And then slowly lifting the right leg up. So this is the trickiest part for me. Whoop, no balance today. And then from here, step the foot, the right foot as far back on the mat as possible. Release the bind, lift up for a warrior two, just for one breath. Palms on the ground, stepping through a vinyasa. So lower all the way down, halfway down. Cobra or upward facing dog. And then for an exhale, downward facing dog. Again, we'll reach your right leg up. This time you're opening the hips. Bend your right knee. Let the right foot be loose. So again, if you feel like stay here, if this is enough for you. Otherwise, find the floor behind you and coming into a wild thing by lifting your chest as high up as you let the breath help you in intense positions. Slowly we start coming back up, but with control. Right leg is lifted, and then we start bringing the right knee to the front of the mat. Drop the right knee, drop the right hip on the floor. Adjust the position for our pigeon. So here, if you need to, place something underneath your right hip if you feel you are very unstable with your hips. And then from here, start walking your hands forward, dropping down. And just breathe into your hips. See if with every exhale you can release a little bit more tension. And then slowly we start coming back up. Bring all the weight over to your right leg as you bring the left leg forward. Bringing the knees on top of each other. So the feet are underneath our shoulders, more or less. If this is very intense for you, you can have the lower leg straight. And then from here, we'll start lower down. Slowly, we start coming back up again. Releasing the position with the legs, lifting the legs up and coming into a boat pose. So either with the knees bent or straight on the knees. This is a good position for our abdominals, but also very, very good for our hip flexor to strengthen the hip flexors. So from here, coming into a vinyasa again, so palms on the ground, stepping your feet back, and lower halfway down, all the way down. Use your knees if you need to. Forward facing dog or cobra on an inhale, and an exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your left leg up, opening your hips. Let your left foot be loose. Stacking your hips on top of each other, and again, either stay here or feel how you're dropping the foot behind you and opening up. Into a wild thing. Slowly, slowly finding your way back up, keeping your left leg lifted. And coming into a pigeon, so bringing your left knee on the floor, between your hands, drop your hip on the ground, and then start walking the hands in front, drop your head. Slowly coming back up of this position, bring it all the way over to your left hip as you scoop your right leg forward. Adjusting the position, placing the knees on top of each other. Be always very careful with your knees. So if you feel any weirdness going on in your knees, then just back out. And then from here, slowly move forward, drop your head down. Slowly we're lifting back up again, releasing the legs, and then lifting the legs up. Boat pose. And if you want, you can also reach the arms above our head. And trying to lift your legs as high up as you can. And then cross your feet, hands on the ground. Stepping your feet back, lower halfway down chaturanga, upward facing dog, Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, bending your knees, look to the front. And step or jump to the front. We will come down to seated position with the legs in front of us. So if we feel we're very stiff in our hips, then grab something to sit on. We can sit on a block or a pillow or something. So this helps us a lot to get into our hips rather than just stretching our back. So if we're on a block, if we're seated on the floor, it doesn't matter. Reaching the arms up. And then from here, fold forward, keeping your feet flexed the whole time. Starting by grabbing the big toes and pull yourself towards your legs. So feel here how you want to reach towards your big toes rather than down to your knees. So you're going to reach forward. And with your next inhale, slowly finding your way back up again. And an exhale, we're folding forward one more time. And this time we can go and grab the outside of our feet, maybe interlace our fingers, or even grab our wrist. And of course, if this is not possible to you, then you can always use a strap. Anything you can find at home. A bathrobe strap is very good actually. From here, on an inhale, lifting all the way back up again. And an exhale, open the legs as wide as we can. Keeping your feet flexed and just rocking forward and back here. Keeping the spine straight and just feeling how we're moving the hips, rocking forward and back. Next time you're coming forward, stay there. And then start, if it's possible, finding your own limit, but if it's possible, start walking your hands forward. And our aim here in this position is to drop our abdominals down to the floor. Slowly start walking the way back up again. Coming into Baddha Konasana, so feet together, knees out to the side. And folding forward here. Again, we want to bring our belly, our abdominals down to the floor. And reaching with your head forward. So finding your own limits. And slowly start walking your way back up. We'll straighten our right leg, Janushirshasana, reaching the arms up and then folding on top of our right leg. Drop your head completely. Slowly lifting back up again. We'll bring the right leg towards us. And just rock it a little bit side to side here and feeling how we're opening up a little bit more. Grab the outside of your foot. Bring the foot towards your ear. Tuck your right shoulder underneath. Bring your right hand as far back as possible. And then coming into compass pose, right? Straightening your right leg. So you can also straighten the left leg if it's a little bit more comfortable. And then feel free to stay here if you want. We will come into an arm balance from here. Palms on the floor, keeping your leg as high up as you can. And then from here, looking forward, lifting your left leg off the ground. Bring the ankles on top of each other. Bring them out to the side and lower down. And then try to breathe steady. Slowly lifting back up. And lower down with control. Feels good. Coming over to the other side, so bend our right leg, flexing your left toes, reaching arms up, fold forward on top of your left leg. Grab whatever you can grab. Even here, if you need a strap, then use the strap. And slowly we're releasing, bringing the left leg in, and rocking a little bit side to side just to loosen up even more. And then right hand outside of your left foot. Bring the left fingertips or hand on the ground as far back as possible, and then start opening up. Bring the leg on top of your arm or your shoulder, hands on the ground underneath your shoulders. And then with an inhale, lifting up. Crossing your ankles. And then slowly lower the legs over towards your left side. Keeping your hips lifted. And then slowly coming back to center. Releasing your legs. So here, if you feel you want to practice some inversions, shoulder stand, headstand, whatever it is that it's in your practice already, then just pause the video and do so. Otherwise, come down to the floor, bring your right knee to your chest, taking a nice deep inhale, and an exhale, bring the knee over towards the right side and coming into a nice twist of your spine. I'm feeling here, I will already start calming the breath. And then slowly coming back up into center. Bringing both knees into your chest. And then over to the left side. Whoops, sorry, whoa. Left knee to your chest. And then bring it over towards the right side. And bring the gaze over your left shoulder. Slowly coming back up into center. Bring both legs on the floor for Savasana. Grab a blanket, grab your sweater, dim your lights. Keeping your feet separate, legs separated, feet falling down to each side. Arms separated from your body, palms facing up. And just focus on your breath. Observe your breath. But let your breath be soft, be natural. Feel like stop this video, stay longer, otherwise you start moving your fingers, your feet, reaching the arms above your head, stretching your whole body. Couple of deep breaths here, inhaling through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. And then bring your knees into your chest. Hugging your knees. Rocking side to side. And as you hug your knees, hug yourself. Rock over to your right side, and then slowly, without any stress, start finding your way back up into a seated position. Into heart center. Thank yourself for practicing, for showing up on your mat. I thank you for practicing together with me, even though I can't see you. I wish you a wonderful and safe day, that all your loved ones are safe as well. All the best.